You ready? Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hey, hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue and my chorus of corgis barking.
Yes.
And my son,
who's annoying corgis.
Oh, you love them. And also, they're barking because I said hello. Every time I say, hi, everyone, they bark. You hear them in the background?
What?
Good morning. Good morning. There's Owen. Hi, Owen. How are you all today? It is yet another rainy day here in beautiful New England. It's still beautiful, even though it's rainy. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well and you had a nice day off from me yesterday. We had a great time on Saturday night. And let's see, what did we do? Oh, we did all those joy cards on Saturday night. And, let's see, we even did a couple of foil ones. One didn't come out that great with the red. I'm going to have to test that. But we had a good time, and I hope that you can join us for our next date night because it's fun. It feels date-ish. Date-ish. All right, so today we're going to start week 2 of Christmas in July. I have so many projects to show you, and my goal here is to show you Christmas cards. This year it's about Christmas cards, and so we're going to get up to date on all Christmas cards. So I ran across this oldie but goodie, and I wanted to jazz it up a little bit. So I tried making it in foil, which it came out really, really well. And I want to show you. This is the foil. The card is actually, it's shaped at the bottom here. So it doesn't like stand up very well, but it would do okay if it was leaning against something. But here, look at the foil. I did the silver foil on there and it came out beautiful. And then, of course, because I wanted to see how it would come out, I've made this before, but it's been a long time. So I did the envelope with this one. I'm going to show you something about this envelope. See that? It's got like a 1/4 inch all around, making it nice and fat for the card. So here is the card, which has a lot of pop dots on it. And it's the same, pretty much the same as this. But this one here, I was trying to go for like an opalescent effect, but I had already put the angel on. So I sprayed it with this stuff. This is from Ranger ink. I've had it for a really long time. They might call it something different. It's Perfect Pearl. It's a dazzling pearlescent shimmer. I'll look for it on Amazon or something similar, and I'll post the link because it's really nice. See how it's very shimmery? This is the same people that make all those wonderful inks. So this sprayed on there and it gave it a kind of ethereal look, which I like, but I'm going to spray the next one before I put it on the card because I kind of don't know if I like this sort of, I don't know, maybe you do. But what I really liked about this was this envelope, which I think I might save it as like an envelope that I can use for my thicker cards, the ones that we use these pop dots for. It goes in really nicely. It's kind of like a slimline box. There you go. And it's not bulging. So I'm going to show you how to make that with the scoring wheel today too. Okay, before I go any further, the hamsters, they're not hamsters, Kirsten. They're guinea pigs. They're guinea pigs. My guinea pigs are now, I just want to tell you, my guinea pigs are now in the studio with me. So we have all 4 guinea pigs. Don't ask how I got 4, but I have all 4 guinea pigs in the studio on the other side of the studio from me, and then each corgi is plopped down in their individual space for today's show. And yes, we're making some changes around here just because my mom, who, as you guys know, she broke her wrist a couple of weeks back, but she went to see the surgeon. I don't know what he's called. Orthopedic surgeon, and he said that the break is not healing correctly, so she's got to have surgery. That's today, so say a little good prayer for her today. Apparently it's like 5-hour surgery, and then when she gets out, she lives way up in New Hampshire, so my sister, my oldest sister, is going to go fetch her and bring her here with her dog. So we will be home with 4 dogs. Her dog's really, really quiet. And actually, I rescued him too and gave him to my mom. So she really loves him, and he's really quiet, and he's kind of old. So anyway, that's Bo. He started off, his name was actually, believe it or not, Owen. When I went to the shelter to drop off something, didn't I see this dog that looked corgi-ish? He was a dwarf dog, but he was very hairy, and I looked and I said, what's his name? He said Owen, and I said, oh my God, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. So we brought him home, and we actually called him. Yeah, they like to hear these stories, don't you guys? So we brought him home. We called him, he's a corgi mix. What are you eating? Come on. Salad. He's eating salad at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. All right. Go. Leave.
Breakfast if I wanted to.
Yes. Only one cat. I do not need any more cats. I do not eat any more cats. And then there's me, and my mom is going to be here. She's going to be in my extra bedroom, which is going to be fixed up, believe it or not. It was halfway done. So my contractor friend came over yesterday, and we moved the pigs and all of that. And then he said, I'm going to come hang the blinds and polish the floor. I forget what else he said he was going to do. Oh, the baseboards weren't done, so we need to do that for the baseboard, and then we can put the furniture in. So it's going to be a busy week here. Yes, busy week here. So, but we're still going to press on. Just like on Friday when I was doing those Twist Pop cards, I pressed on. I just want to show you. There's the fall one, Happy Fall. And I did all of these as well. Figured I needed to put them in my box, my card box. I'm filled with love for you. Isn't that adorable? So let's press on. So these are really interesting cards. I do need more cats. No more cats. Frank is like the opposite of a cat. He's very easy. He's very, very easy. I find cats to be, I love them, but they're too like clingy. And Frank is not a clingy cat. So that's why I like him so much. But he's not a cuddler, you know what I mean? Unless he's cold and he'll be like, come on, but he's like an adventurer cat. And I kind of like that. I like Maine Coon cats anyway. So, yeah. And 4 pigs is quite enough. Thank you. I've had these 4 pigs, and honestly, they eat better than we do. Okay. So let's get back to these cards. So, I made these cards, and it's got to be like 6 years ago that that these cards were made available. It's actually a card from a dimensional. Let me save this and start fresh so you can know, and I'll give you the file. Okay. But just, I want you to know where they are, because there's couple of other images on this set that you might like. So here we're going to image set, and we're going to type in the word dimensional. 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 And when you do that, you will find quite a few of these dimensional scenes or dimensional, I don't know, I guess they're kind of, this was pre-shadow box stuff. So here is the one we're going to be working on, the Nativity. But if you're interested in dimensional, these Halloween ones, they're fabulous. We did those last year. If you're into European destinations, here's some. There's fairy tales. This tea and cakes is absolutely adorable. And the mermaid tail, so beautiful. I've done them. So beautiful. And then there's like posies. And then this one, which I've never done before, but it's all about the circus, and you might like them. So the dimensional scenes are intended to be kind of like shadow boxes. So if you like the look of a shadow box but don't want to buy things, you want to try it out before that sort of thing, here these dimensional scenes might be what you want to look at. And as you can see, there is one card and then there's three shaped like a triptych. And I have looked at these images, and in fact I did do the foil on these images last year, but this was before we had offset. So I did it was when we had foil but not offset, so I didn't know how to make this into a card. But now that we have offset, I can easily make these triptychs into a card, and I'm going to do that. It's going to be one of the shows, okay? But right now we're going to look at these cards. So here is the one that's dimensional, and here is the one that's drawn. And we're going to change it, so let's pull them both in. Now you notice the drawn one comes in with a regular envelope. I don't like envelopes, you guys know that, so I'm going to ungroup that, okay? But the dimensional one comes in with this really cool envelope, which I like. So I'm going to keep it, okay? As far as size goes, what you have to be concerned about here is, because I like a big size card, as you know, most of the time. I like a big size card. This one here, I changed so that it was, I don't know, almost 6x4. This one, oh no, maybe I didn't change it. No, I didn't change it. Well, I don't know. At any rate, you have to be careful, because if your envelope gets over 11.5 inches, then you have to go on a 12 by 24 inch mat. And I didn't really want to do that because they're a little awkward. So I wanted to keep it small. So if you cut it this way, then it will be it's a good size to cut on a 12 by 12 inch mat. But this is a very simple card. It cuts out very nicely. You don't have to make any changes to it. And you see it's like she's holding a banner. She, I guess is a she, the angel. They're probably not girl or boy. I don't know. Anyway, she's holding this banner, and then I put these pop dots here. Now I did not put pop dots in through all of the layers. I just did it through the two, wings to give it kind of that look, and then also for the banner I did it. And did I do it? I also did it here on the bottom just to offset the wings. So we don't need like 10 million pop dots, 10 million layers here. That's for something. I took her claw off. I didn't take her claw off. Oh, are you guys talking about cats still? Maybe you're talking about cats still. So this is the dimensional one, and this is the foil one. So when this comes in, it's a drawn card. We can easily change this simply by going to the right here, and you see this is the card that we have highlighted. So over here are all the layers in this card, which is attached. Okay, and you'll see the first one says pen, the second one says score, and the third one says basic cut. We just want to deal with the pen and switch it over to foil. super easy, and this I would recommend this to anybody if you want to do foil, because if you're going from a drawn image to a foil image, you're not going to end up with like bubble letters, except for, well, here in Hosanna, but I like that. So we're going to select that that pen layer, and we're going to come up here, right here under operation, and we're going to choose foil. Okay, and I do have a choice because I am on my maker. And you remember on the Joy, you only have one choice, so you just choose foil. But we're going to choose fine on this. And it switches it to gold, so I think I'll switch it to silver. And I also want to change the color of this so that it matches the other one. So let's do that. And that is what the card is going to look like. That's all you have to do is switch it out, switch the colors any way you like, and then make sure you change it to foil. So let's cut this out. I want to demonstrate this envelope, and I also want to show you how to use the foil on the larger machines, because I heard that a lot of people were bothered. They had a hard time with that. So I'm going to show you how to do both things, okay? So we're going to hit Make It, and here we go. So there's our envelope. And there's our card. And this card, it's not super big. It's about, let's see, 6.5. Did I do this right? No, I did make this card bigger. Let me go back and make this bigger. Let's do it like that. 5.5 by 8.5. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we'll put this on 2 because I want to use as much of my foil as possible. I'm going to be using a 12 by 12 sheet of foil here. Now, I understand that foil, when you're working on the larger machines, can be a little bit scary, especially those large sheets. So here's the trick that I would do, is I would actually turn these upside down. Would make it kind of easy. Wait, it's not straight. Okay. Turn it upside down. And what this indicates to me, because there's going to be a score here, and it's going to want us to put the score first, right? Because we do foil, it comes after scoring. So this is my thought process. If I turn this around like this, and I make sure that my foil is no further than the 4.5 inch mat mark, then I can do the scoring, and it won't cause a problem with foil being there. So I'm going to put the foil above the 4.5 inch mark. If it's helpful to you, you can even do it like this, where it's at the 5 inch mark. That might be better. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So I have a piece of 12 by 12 inch paper that's on my mat already, and then I have these foil transfer sheets that are 12 by 12, and these are pretty slickery working with it. So I want to show you how to put it on our mat, since we're only using half of a sheet. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down to my work surface, which I'm trying to make some room over here. Okay, here we go. Okay. So these are pretty slickery. And when I first got them, being the frugal person that I am, I thought, well, I could just cut these to size. Well, I found that they were a little bit difficult to work with, so I rather just buy the 4x6s. So I wasn't able to use these for other than the large size. Be careful when you're putting them in because this kind of ruins it, but that's okay because we're only going to use part of the sheet for this one, okay? And we also need the, where are my, oh, I have the tape. This comes with very long tape as well, which I used yesterday. And I have extras over here. So here we go. So we're going to take our foil. Now, one of the things, but see, it's very slickery. So one of the things that about these is very slippery, and you can cut it, but it takes a little bit of practice to cut it. And what I would suggest that you do is, instead of trying to do with scissors, we get our handy dandy ruler and we lay it down on the sheet. Now, we don't need this part anyway. See that? There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take my True Control knife and just hold it down with the ruler. It should work pretty well. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as I said, it's like Mylar. Now, we only need 5 inches on this, right? So we're going to cut this at the 2-inch mark. Let me just make sure that it's at the 2-inch mark, because then 2 to 7, and in fact, maybe we should just go up just a hair, because I really don't want our scoring to get in the way. But I want the foil all over that card. Okay, we can put this away. And now we can get our mat. So here's our mat. Remember, we turned the images upside down so that we could put the foil correctly on here without, like the other way, if you have it the other way, it might be a little bit hard to imagine. So the machine doesn't know if it's upside down or not. And then they give you these very long strips of the tape, just like we used with the tape with the Joy on Saturday night. And we tape it off. I do the bottom, top, and then sides. Okay. Now we are set to go. Now this card has scoring in it, so we have to do the scoring first. So we're going to choose medium cardstock, and we're going to choose the single scoring wheel. We have to put it in clamp B. And then it says, coming up, silver foil transfer tool. So we're kind of tricking out the system. This is maybe a little bit of a hack, although I don't like to call it that. So I just don't like that word. Hack means bad, like, to me. I don't understand why people call it hack. But anyway, so we're going to put it in, even though it's got the silver foil. We're going to put it in, and we're going to take out the regular blade once it's come through. Now you could also use this, the scoring stylus, if you wanted to, but since we are doing that envelope, there we go. And we hit go, and it's going to do the scoring first. This can get a little confusing. I'm just preparing. Here's my foil tip. So after it does the scoring, I'm going to take out the scoring wheel and put in the foil. You see that? It's skipping over the foil entirely. There you go. Okay. And there's our score lines right there, and we missed it all together, so that's pretty cool. So there's the foil, and you can't see my screen, but it does says do not unload mat, and put in the foil transfer tool, and then put on the tape. I can't imagine putting the tape on while you're sitting here. It just doesn't make sense to me. So this is the way that I got around it. So we hit okay, and it's going to do the foil for these cards. I don't know that we necessarily have to watch this the whole thing, but just so that you know, this is how I do it. Now let's come on over and we'll just have a look at the end result here. So the end result is literally a card that all you have to do is fold it here and maybe give it a little bit of a score, and it's done. I mean, and that's it. That's the card. I mean, so super easy. And even if you wanted to, you could put a sentiment in. Maybe after it's done, I can show you how to do that. And you could foil the sentiment if you wanted to. But if you did foil the sentiment, what I would suggest that you do is create an insert in the back there, or just put like an insert, whether it's like with a kind of a silver-ish paper that you write it on. But I sort of like it like this. I just sort of like it like this. Now, as far as this one goes, we're going to do this envelope so I can show you how that works. But this one here, I feel like I kind of messed it up with these pearls because I sprayed it after the fact. But this is the dimensional scene. And it really is kind of the same thing. What I did have to do is go around and find some different colors here. Some different colors for her body. And I thought that I would change out. I didn't do it here. I just used kind of a tan color, but I thought she would look cool with sort of goldish hair. So that's what I did. I cut for the second one. I cut this out. Normally I would cut this out in like a gold vinyl, but I had some gold foil paper left over, so I just used this. It cut out beautifully, although I did cut all of these pieces out on cardstock for intricate cuts. Don't forget intricate cuts. It's a really great setting. So the way this goes together is you've got these two pieces. I know they're weird colors, and then this piece, and then her dress, which is just this. And I thought the dress kind of looked a little plain. I thought it needed some, that's why I came up with the pearl thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pearl this dress. I don't think we need to pearl anything else, and that will give it some, maybe we can pearl these two pieces too. Yeah. Oh, I'm a sucker for purling. Okay, so let's get, this is kind of messy stuff. In fact, you might be able to see it's on my hand, and it's got a bit of pink in it, which is kind of strange. You also don't want to overdo it because it is mostly water. I don't know if it gives, it doesn't say what's in there, which is weird, but it's mostly water, and you want to give it a good shake because that pearl essence, just like with the alcohol ink, that pearl essence sort of settles to the bottom. And then you take and you just spray sort of over it. You don't want to wrinkle your paper or too much, you don't want to soak this. A couple of squirts will be sufficient. There we go. We'll have to wait for those to sort of dry up. So we'll work on the, look, it already curled, but that's okay. We'll straighten them out. They already curled those pieces. All right, we'll move these over here. What? Come on. Now they're turning into circles. What? Ah! I don't want that. They're wet, so I don't want to touch them because they're going to look so cool this way. So, all right, let me put them over to the side here. Let's work on this part, which is the Hosanna. So the Hosanna definitely needs some pop dots. So this is the piece, and this is the the Hosanna is gonna go on this piece, and then we're gonna pop dot it so that it really gives it dimension. So we're going to glue this part and pop dot those two pieces together. This is why we use this kind of glue, because it's going to give us the best, thinnest little dots, so that we don't have, because with foil paper, you definitely don't want to have the glue come seeping out. And I'm probably using too much glue, to be honest. So when I put this on to that banner piece, we're going to put it on the banner piece. I'm not going to press down too hard. And it's okay if it takes you a little while to do this, because it's okay that it dries just a little tiny bit. Again, I don't want the glue to come seeping out, so I have to be very careful about patting this down.
Sorry to interrupt by any chance. Do you have any black shirts like this? I'm very sorry to interrupt.
No, we can get black shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sorry to interrupt.
Hey, I am.
You're messing with my chi, buddy.
How am I messing with your chi?
Because I'm in the middle of having a conversation with my friends. Okay, so let us turn this over. We can press it down this way, and we're going to take a few dots. Sorry, guys, for my always interrupting child.
Whatever you say, birth giver.
He calls me birth giver. Isn't that funny? Funniest thing this morning, walking 3 dogs is not easy. So what I've been doing is walking, first I walk Teddy Bear and Benji, and then I come back for Lola, bring Benji back. So Teddy Bear gets the longest walk because he needs it. And so this morning I got Benji and the bear together. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I got Benji and the bear. Shh, shh. And Lola decides she wants to go out with us. And she goes racing off, and I was like, well, first of all, she's not supposed to be without a leash, but I didn't think she would like go anywhere. But she would go, and she'd be like right in front of me, and I'm chasing her with 2 dogs on a leash, right? And she keeps stopping like every so often to pee. And she's of course a girl, so she squats, and every time I think I'm going to get close to her, she takes off. I finally get her, but I don't have her leash because I didn't have her leash with me. I only take the boys out first. So I decided, hey, if she's going to act that way, she's going to have to be paired with Teddy Bear. I would never pair her with Benji because she thinks she's the boss with Benji. So I came home with the 2 of them strapped together by the neck. They didn't like it, but hey, Okay, while I'm talking, I was telling my story, but I just wanted to show you what I did. I took off all the silver paper, and I replaced my foil tip with my regular blade, and now it's just cutting out the final part of the card. Let's have a look at that. There's our cards. Aren't they beautiful? Let's just pull them off. Pull this off. And I think this really came out really beautiful and doesn't require so much work. See how we got we got this in, and the foil got every place it was supposed to and did not get near the fold. Awesome, right? All right, and here is the second one, because we always make two. And so we have two. And while we're waiting for that paper to dry, what we're going to do is make that sort of thicker dimensional envelope, because that's on my screen. I know you can't see it, so I thought we'd make it with this. Put it on the mat. Okay. And we are going to... I'm so used to the joy just taking what I put in there that I have to remind myself I have to press the buttons with this. So this one is going to do the scoring first. So we're going to use the scoring wheel. This has the 01 tip. As you can see right here, 01. You take these off like this. If you have purchased the 01 and the 02 together, don't think that you purchased something wrong. The 02 is great for acetate, glitter, thicker and more fancy, sort of like craft board, things that you're going to need a thicker line for so it won't crack. But this 01 works great with patterned paper. So let's go ahead and run that through. And it's going to give us those double lines. So I know I'm jumping all over the place. I do apologize. But I want you to see all this stuff. So I think those came out really beautiful. All right, so we're going to put these over here. All I have to do is fold them and put them in an envelope. So you see it's doing the double, it's like got a double line to give us that thickness. And then it will cut out. So always it happens that you do scoring first, okay? And always then after that we'll do scoring, pan, or foil, and then cutting. Cutting is always last. So we're putting in our housing with our regular cutting needle blade in there, and it's going to cut out the rest of the envelope. So let's go back to here and continue to work over here. Boy, we got a packed show today, huh? All right, so here's our Hosanna, and this is her skin tone pink. Let's get our little pieces that have curled, which I'm mad about, but they've dried. And 1, 2, they're still a little damp. I may have gotten a little heavy-handed, to be honest with you. I may have gotten a little heavy-handed with that, but I still like it. All right. Because they're still kind of damp. So the way that this goes is we've got these two layers. I'm going to pop dot the back so you can see like they'll have two wings, very distinctive two wings, you know. So let's get our pop dots, and I would suggest you put it on the back instead of on the front where that thing is. And I'm hoping that that they stick because they are a little damp, but the curl will come out naturally because we'll have it pop dotted into place nice and tight. So the curl will come out naturally, but you might have to, you know, with the hand or with one of the wings, you might have to make an adjustment. So here we go. So we got, we need one more on here. I don't think we need one for the head. All right, so we're gonna peel off the back of the pop dots. Oh, can you imagine if my mom got up and oh, she asks a gazillion questions. I was hoping that she would just sleep through our show in the mornings. She's always asking questions. I think we might need one for the head because the head is sort of lifted. All right, then comes, see that? Let's make sure it's nice and flat. Okay. Then comes the pink and the hair. I think you should just glue this piece. I don't think there's anything that makes this sort of necessary to be pop dotted. So let's turn this over and we'll get all those little pieces of the hands so that will lay flat onto that cutout. Feet. And we've got to put the hair on. But do make sure that you match this up well, because otherwise you'll have like a little shadow layer and you don't want that. Okay. And here's the hair, which the hair is supposed to go behind the head. And so I pop dotted it. Boop. I'm just going to lift that up. And what's kind of interesting about the hair is it has this little curl right here. And I liked to have it above so you could see it. So I'm not going to put glue on the curl. I'm just simply going to sort of nestle it in there. Maybe put it in beforehand. I don't know. It's 6 of 1, I think. So here's the curl. And then here's her hair. And I messed it up, but you know, you guys, you'll do it better than me. And then comes, oops. Then comes this, which is the dress. Now, I did cut this out thinking, well, maybe, nah, I didn't like it. So, so I decided to do that spray pearl. And you know what? You don't even have to do the sprays. It looks beautiful without the spray. And you might decide, you know what? I don't know, use something like a shimmer paper instead. Shimmer paper would work. But there is our beautiful... this here is where I got messed up right here on the face. So apologies for that. And now where is our Hosanna? Just like that. And I think that she should be holding it like this. Yeah, sort of like that. I didn't pop dot because I already had pop dot. So I have 2 layers of them. Hosanna in the highest. All right, so isn't that beautiful? And then this will go on here. Also not pop dotted, just a little bit of glue. Make sure you get that back wing because you want it to stay down. Since I've been doing this yesterday, you know, when I did this, all I could sing is Hosanna in the highest in my head. Apologies. I'm not the best singer, but I love that song. And that's our card. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. I just want to make sure that it stays on there really, really well. Okay, then let's look at the envelope because we need that envelope for this. Save this paper for something else. And I don't know if this envelope's going to fit this cutout. I hope it does. No, it doesn't look like it's going to fit. All right, well, that's going to make us have to go back to the screen and I can show you what I do. But I want to show you how to put it together. So see how there's like a little channel, like a 1/4 inch channel all around? This is a very small envelope, but it will still work the same. We're going to fold at those double lines, those double score lines, not to be confused with score lines you would use with an O2 blade, okay? The O2 wheel tip, Okay, so they have these little tabs. Now at the top, you're not going to glue those little tabs, but at the bottom you are. So put a little tiny bit of glue here and here. And then we're going to turn it around so that we can get that little tab attached and hold it with our fingers just like that. All right, and then this side as well. You might have to come back and reposition it if you know, it's a little awkward. Maybe you could do it from this side. Yeah, you could do it from this side. Why not? Yeah, that's probably better. Then I can put my little fingers right here and it can grab that. Okay? See that? And then, of course, we need the glue on the side. We don't put the glue on the front of the envelope. You know, at the top. And surprisingly, these don't get glued. I don't know why they even left them in there. I suppose in case something would come out. But that's how you make this sort of dimensional envelope. You gotta wait for your glue to dry. But this envelope is very small and it's not gonna fit this as much as I try. The original one I made, I must have resized. So we can go ahead and sort of put it in there, and there is your beautiful card. Now this is the kind of card that you're going to want to hand deliver, but if you have to set it to the mail, you might have to pay extra postage. Wouldn't look real nice with a seal. Maybe one of Anna Griffin's angels. Oh, so cute. And then the person would open it up like this, and they would just be stunned at how beautiful it is. And it is. This is the one where I oversprayed it. This is the one that I just did the spray on the wings and on the dress, which I kind of like. And I gave her gold hair. So which one do you like better? I like this one better, but which one do you like better? Anyway, so let's go up to our screen because I want to just talk really quickly about this envelope because it's a little vexing that it came in that size. So I want to show you what I do to sort of fix that. So you want the envelope to obviously to fit the card, right? We want to cancel. Yes, we want to cancel. We want the envelope to fit the card, and so therefore, let's cancel. Yes, come on, we're canceling. Okay. So, not this card, because this card is for the foil. So did I bring in the other card? Let's go back and see. Here's the dimensional one, and it comes with a card. And you know what? Yeah, it does fit that card. So let's do this. We will ungroup it, and I'm going to put this, arrange it to the back. This is what I do with envelopes. Now, I know we have some people like Annette who are really good at math, and they figure out how to do this so that they have the perfect size card. But this is the way I do it because I don't like to do math when I'm crafting. I just put the envelope behind there, and then I group them together. And then I just go ahead and make the envelope where one of the measurements is at the maximum, at the most, right? So if I make the measurement 11.5, which is the maximum that you can put on an envelope, we end up with a card. Let's ungroup it. We end up with a card that is 5.5 by 8.5. That's perfect. And now the envelope matches. That's how I do it. But you don't have to do it that way. Anyway, I will give you the file for all three, the card, the envelope, and the dimensional card. So just look for that when I get done with the video in the description of the video. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll make sure there's been some changes on YouTube and it didn't allow me to save in the description mobile. So I will go back and make a change there. Also, remember, we are in the final week of our July Bundle of Joy giveaway, so do get your name in today. If you haven't been doing it every day, you can, and you can get 2 in there as long as you're going to share something of mine on YouTube, like, comment, get people to see us because we want them to join us. This is so much fun, isn't it? We really want them to join us. And we have a blast here. And then you get to hear all my stories about my crazy animals. And it's probably just going to get crazier with my mom once she's recovered from her surgery. All right. That's it today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. We're going to see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do... I'm trying to decide. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to make a dog and a cat from Rob and Bob. And it says Happy Holidays. So cute. We're going to make those 2 cards tomorrow. And I hope you join me for that. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful morning and daytime. And we will see you again tomorrow morning, hopefully. Have a great day.